Welcome to the Newark Regional Business Partnerships Engage and Exchange podcast. Join us for business insights and meaningful conversations with NRBP's member organizations. Thank you to our podcast host sponsor, the Martin Tuchman School of Management at NJIT. Additional support for NRBP's Engage and Exchange podcast is provided by PSEG, New Jersey Urban News, Main Street Advisory, LLC.
Hello, I'm Ferlanda Fox-Nixon, President and CEO of the Newark Regional Business Partnership. We are the premier chamber of commerce for the greater Newark region. Our guest today is Mitch Cahn, founder of Unionwear. Welcome.
Thank you, Mitch, for joining us today. We like to start off by finding out a little bit about you. So tell us about Mitch.
All right. Well, I started Unionwear in 1992 in Jersey City after I'd worked on Wall Street for a couple of years. And now 33 years later, Unionwear has become one of the larger employers of Newark residents. And we moved to Newark in 2001. And I really enjoyed being a part of the Newark ecosystem. Spent a lot of time here. I live in South Orange. I'm very close by. I bike to work a lot, so I really get to know the city that way. And a big music fan. I go to concerts probably an average of 1.5 times a week.
Okay, that's a lot.
And play a lot of tennis. I have 3 kids, a couple of them in college, and I'm very happy to be here.
So tell us about Unionwear.
All right. Well, Unionwear is a manufacturer of baseball hats and all sorts of sewn bags like backpacks, tote bags, luggage, duffel bags, portfolios, padfolios, and binders. And everything is made right here in Newark. It's union made. It's made in USA. And we're the only union shop that does any of this stuff in the country. And we're one of the only shops, period, that does any of this stuff in the United States. So we appeal to a number of different markets where there's a need for products to be made in USA. So we're pretty easy to find on the internet. When people search for made in USA baseball caps, we come up the first, for example. So we get a lot of traffic from the federal government, from labor unions, from political campaigns. Those are the natural customers that have been with us for 25 years. But more recently, we've done a lot of work with domestic manufacturers who are promoting their own products as made in USA. That would be like Ford or Budweiser or Caterpillar. So they're promoting their own products as made in USA, and they don't want to send a mixed message, giving their logos on products that say made in China or made in Malaysia or Mexico. Even more recently with the tariff situation, we've seen companies who really have no connection. We can't explain why a pizzeria would want something made in USA because it does cost more money than products that are imported. But we're seeing a lot of different types of businesses reaching out to us now, maybe because of tariffs or the political climate or advance of the USA's 250th birthday, and our business is growing that way.
Well, that's great. How many employees do you have?
We've got 150 right now.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, very good. So you mentioned the 250th birthday of our country. What's anything exciting there?
So yeah, that's exciting for us because anytime there's an opportunity for businesses to think about where the products that they put their logos on are made is a big business opportunity for us. And unlike most times when we believe most companies are going to do some marketing around the USA's 250th birthday next year, whether it's a sale or an event, and if they do any sort of merchandise for that event or for their stores or a party where they're celebrating the 250th birthday, they're really going to have to think about, should I have this product made in USA or not? And that's a great opportunity for us because we're one of the only places where they can get most of the merchandise that they would use for that particular event. And it will open our doors to a number of new markets and a number of new customers in a way that we really haven't seen before. So we really invest a lot of time and effort into making sure we're ready for that.
So how do you market your business? Like, where do people find you?
So we are very strong on natural search on Google and Bing. We've been around with the same website for a long time, so we just get a lot of traffic that comes in from search engines. We do a little bit of social marketing, and then we've got a network of about 500 to 700 resellers. So when an agency or a company wants to go and buy promotional products for themselves, and they say, we really want to look at made in USA products, those agencies would then say, oh, we've got the place for you, and that would be us.
Because you're top of mind for them.
We're really top of mind. We're one of the only people who do that. There are more than 500 or 700 of those resellers, but that's really what we focus on. But we got a lot of press last year when we did the camouflage hats for the Kamala Harris campaign. And a lot more of these companies heard about us and have been reaching out to us since.
Okay, very good. So what are some challenges with your business?
So challenges are really hiring. Getting people to work in factories is not as easy as some people in politics might think. So we always have jobs that are unfilled. It's difficult to hire unskilled labor and train them for positions in manufacturing. So we look for people with a little bit of a background. It's also very difficult to hire people to work in a factory who don't have strong math or measurement skills, because everything needs to be measured. And so that's kind of a line that we need to hire up above a certain line of mathematical ability. So finding someone who wants to work in a factory and also has some math skills has proven to be difficult. So we've countered that by really investing more in automation, so that we don't have to rely on continually hiring people. Instead, we can keep the number of employees that we have pretty constant and grow by having the existing employee base do more with what they have.
Do you partner with the tech schools in New Jersey?
We do, yes.
Okay.
So we do a lot of work with NJIT, with Tuchman. We also do a lot of work with Rutgers Supply Chain Management. Recently, you're talking about some of the high schools. We've been looking at hiring people out of the vocational, technical schools.
Okay.
For manufacturing, but we have not done that yet. Usually we want people to be a little older, but a little more work experience running on to work for us.
So maybe the county colleges?
Yes, we have hired from the county colleges, and some of them have some pretty good tech programs. The best ones are a little far from here, but we have had success hiring from there.
Okay, very good, very good. What's been your greatest triumph?
When I go to work every day, and I see that there's this operating factory that has been open usually for like at least an hour and a half with hundreds of people working there producing product, and I wasn't involved in having to sell the product, design the product, make the product, but this thing runs on its own. Like that, to me, that is just the gift that keeps on giving. I really enjoy seeing that. When I started the business, we only had 6 employees, and I was involved in every aspect of buying the goods to shipping the goods. And, we grew very deliberately and very slowly over the last 33 years, and we just hired people as we got too big for our existing staff to handle something. And now it's really... It has a life of its own, and creating that sustainable type business that I know is going to be there after I leave is very rewarding today.
That's great. Why this line of business?
So this was just a lucky accident. I left Wall Street. I did not like finance. I wanted to be the client. I wanted to be making things in industry, and I looked for opportunities for business, and I came upon a baseball hat factory that had gone bankrupt. Jersey City. They were completely closed down. And this was in 1992. And in 1992, baseball hats were still only something you would buy as a sporting good. You bought a baseball hat to play baseball in. He wants to like
Fashion statement,
I
right?
can go to Macy's and buy a baseball hat yet. And I thought that was a really good opportunity. So I started pitching fashion companies on buying baseball caps, and it was just the right time. And I was very successful very quickly in my first year of business. I thought, God, this is so easy. And actually a year and a half after I started the business, NAFTA was passed, and I lost my entire customer base within about 6 months. Everyone started moving their production over to Mexico. Save money. So thought it was easy, and then I thought it was difficult, but we have pivoted so many times. And just a couple of years later, we landed on this made in USA thing when we realized, God, there were literally over 1,000 hat factories when we started. Maybe 5 or 6 years after NAFTA, it was down to about 24. Now there's like 4. So we thought we should just really go after the people who want the USA products. And that's where we moved to, and that's where we've stayed.
That's great. So now you have the caps. What would you say is the second most popular item that you sell?
So we manufacture a lot of tote bags. We actually recently invested in robotically produced tote bags. It's a series of robots that take a tote bag from the fabric all the way to a finished product that's folded and placed in a box. We worked with NJIT and NJIT on this project. It's 3 years in the making. It's up and running now. And we expect tote bags to maybe eclipse hats as our biggest seller.
Okay.
One of the advantages of already having the bag factory is that we were able to take these tote bags that are made automatically and then use our sewers to turn them into other products. So if you take a tote bag without handles and you sew a flap on the top, padded straps on the back, you have the bag back. Or if you put strings around the top and tines grumps on the bottom, you have a drawstring bag. And we can turn them into messenger bags and things like that. But our price will be lower than it has been, and we'll be able to have a lot more volume with it. To go along with that, we've also worked with NJIT and produce an AI design tool on our website where users can they can basically describe a plaid that they would want, and it would produce this plaid background, and then they could drop their logos into that and send us a print file, and we can manufacture tote bags that use the file that they created using AI.
Are you 100% business to business?
We are 100% business to business now. For the USA's 250th birthday, we're opening a retail site at USA250year.com.
Okay.
And that will be a retail site where we'll probably start selling some of our blank product as well. Because there's a big demand for that. You really can go on Amazon right now and buy a blank USA-made baseball cap. So we haven't quite gotten there yet, but we hope that helps us out.
Very good, very good. Now, you've been a member of NRBP for a while. Why NRBP?
So, yes, I've been a member of NRBP now for about 16 years. And when I joined, there really was no way to meet other business owners and other business leaders in Newark. And Newark, it was a business community that was just starting to coalesce at the time. And I just wanted to meet other people and just, find out more about the city. And I really enjoyed it. I joined the board, I think, about 12 years ago. And I've been on the executive board now for about a year. And it's definitely my favorite organization. I love the events. I really enjoy talking to the people. And I just like that I can go to the events by myself and know that there's going to be 20 or 30 people there that I'm going to want to talk to for the next couple of hours. So that's so many opportunities to do that in life. And it makes me feel connected to the community. I should also add that I am 5th generation Newark. So my parents were born here all the way back to my great-great-grandmother moved here. So my family is very tied to the city. And when I moved the business here in 2001, I had done a lot of research on where everybody lived in the city, and I just felt very connected to the city ever since.
Is that why you moved it from Jersey City to Newark?
No, Jersey City was just getting too expensive, and Newark had not quite gotten that expensive. So And we happened to find a building that had been an embroidery shop before, so we didn't have to do a lot of build out for it. So we moved here, and right after we moved, I started doing research, like talking to relatives who have since passed about their lives in Newark, created this great map of where our family lived and were educated and played in the city. And now wherever I go in the city, that is what I see.
Okay.
When I'm driving around, oh God, like grandfather, this is where he met my grandmother, right on that corner, probably a block from where we are right now. So that's great.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us here today. We've learned a lot about Unionwear, and we wish you continued success.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. As always, I'd like to leave you with a quote. Create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life because you become what you believe. Media mogul Oprah Winfrey. Thanks again for listening.
Thank you for listening to NRBP's Engage in Exchange podcast. Tune in next time for more NRBP member organization insights. For more information about our organization, visit www.newarkrbp.org. Thank you again to our podcast host sponsor, the Martin Tuchman School of Management at NJIT. Additional support for NRBP's Engage in Exchange podcast is provided by PSEG, New Jersey Urban News, Main Street Advisory, LLC.